Today, we are going to review one of the most affordable, not to mention dad-friendly, resorts on Disney World property. Welcome to Disney's All-Star Movies Resort. Now, whenever anyone says value resort, Disney veterans are typically divided into two camps. Camp 1 says, why would I spend more money on a room I'm barely in? Meanwhile, Camp number 2 says, you know, for another $200 a night, I can have much better transportation and walls thicker than a Pop-Tart. So, who's right? So let me tell you, actually staying here and being able to break down and analyze things that most people wouldn't even think about, I'm going to break down Disney's All-Star Movies into the following categories. We're talking things like the room, the food, the pools, the transportation, and of course, the theming. Then we are also going to provide each category with both a Toddler Score as well as a Dad Score. And by the end of this review, I will tell you exactly which of you should be booking All-Star Movies and which ones of you should be running toward Pop Century like your rope-dropping Flight of Passage. So let's get into it. So to begin, let's talk about the overall first impression. Walking into All-Star Movies kind of feels like Disney Imagineers looked at subtle Disney theming and just politely said, nah. Everything is gigantic. We're talking massive Toy Story characters, giant Dalmatians, huge Fantasia statues, and enormous movie-themed icons everywhere. So if your toddler likes Disney+, this resort is basically as if they fell asleep and woke up inside the TV. And honestly, that's a huge strength. Because unlike many of the Disney Deluxe resorts, which the theming is a lot more subtle and sophisticated, All-Star Movies kind of screams Disney from virtually every single corner. And for families with young kids, that's not necessarily a bad thing. So now, let's talk about where you're actually going to be staying, the rooms. So first of all, the rooms were recently refurbished and are significantly nicer than they were just a few years ago. They feature a queen bed and a Murphy-style pull-down bed that also acts as a table and storage during the day. And I'll be honest, as Disney Dad headquarters for the week, these rooms, surprisingly functional. Because of course you get the essentials, you get the beverage cooler, the coffee maker, plenty of charging locations, Disney artwork, modern finishes, and enough room for a family of 4. The room basically does exactly what it needs to do. Nothing more, nothing less. It's kind of like the minivan of Disney resort rooms. It's reliable, it's practical, but it's certainly not winning any beauty contests. But let's also be honest, these rooms, they're small. So if you're bringing 2 toddlers, a double stroller, and suitcases, not to mention the 37 stuffed animals that your kids will suddenly need, things will get cramped. Quickly. You will become very familiar with your family's sleeping habits, and their breathing habits, and every other noise that they make between the hours of 2 and 5 a.m. And the exterior hallway motel design also means that you're likely to hear a lot of other noise outside of your room that you typically wouldn't hear at, let's say, a moderate or deluxe resort. And honestly, a lot of reviewers typically list this as one of the biggest drawbacks. Because if your toddler goes to bed at 7:30, congratulations! You now live in darkness because your entire family is sharing a space about the size of an overgrown walk-in closet. So overall, the Disney Dad room rating gotta go with roughly a 7.5 out of 10. Comfortable, clean, functional, but nobody is booking All-Star Movies for luxury. Now, let's talk about the food. World Premiere Food Court. This is your primary dining location. And honestly, it's actually better than most people give it credit for. You will find Mickey Waffles, pizza, burgers, chicken strips, pasta, salads. and grab-and-go snacks. So basically every food group known to toddler kind, which is important because toddlers don't eat food. They eat moods. 1 minute, they want waffles. 10 minutes later, they're crying because the waffle offended them. So this food court gives you just enough options to survive those negotiations. And the refillable mugs, those are some of the best value you're ever going to find on Disney property, especially considering that you're going to need caffeine at industrial levels. But it's not all perfect. There is no table service restaurant. There's no character dining and no fancy signature meal. There's also no hidden foodie gems, so for some of you that go to different resorts looking for those, you're out of luck. This, my friends, is simply quick service dining, period. And after about 5 or 6 days, the menu, it's gonna start feeling a bit repetitive. So if food is a major part of your Disney vacation, you're probably gonna wanna go off the resort to find better meals. So your Disney Dad food rating, sorry guys, 7 out of 10. It's perfectly adequate. Nobody's gonna be writing poetry about the cheeseburger, but no one's gonna starve either. Now let's talk about where all-star movies can really shine, the pools. Because here, you actually get 2 of them. The main attraction, however, is the Fantasia pool. And honestly, it's kind of exactly what you would expect to get from Imagineers who have had boatloads of coffee and animation history. Sorcerer Mickey stands prominently above, overlooking the entire pool, and it actually feels surprisingly energetic and playful. But the secondary pool, this one is themed to the Mighty Ducks. It's quieter, it's less crowded, and honestly, it's one of the best attractions for dads over 35. Because at some point, every Disney dad is going to say, I wish I just had 12 minutes to relax. This pool actually gives you that chance. Maybe. And for toddlers, let's be honest, a pool is a pool. You could tell them that they're swimming in Cinderella's moat, and they're still gonna swim in the same 3 square feet of water. But it's the giant Disney characters around the pool that are gonna make it a much more memorable experience for the kids. So the Disney Dad pool rating, gotta go 8 out of 10. Not deluxe level amazing, but certainly much better than you'd expect at a value resort. Now, transportation. Ah, yes. The most controversial category. Let's talk about it. So the Disney buses will serve Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, and of course, Disney Springs. All directly from the resort. And the stop is conveniently placed right near Cinema Hall, and the system generally works pretty well. But this is where the controversy comes in. The resort, we're talking bus only. Which means that every morning starts with Disney's favorite game show. Will the bus be here in 30 seconds or 15 minutes? No Skyliner, no monorail, no boats, not even a walking path, just buses. And this is where Pop Century starts whispering in your ear. Remember the Skyliner? Remember not having to fold the stroller? Remember flying through the sky like a Disney-themed gondola king? Because if you look at reviews, guests consistently will complain about the lack of transportation options. Now, are the buses terrible? No, not at all. But transportation is definitely the weakest category in this review. So your Disney Dad transportation rating, ouch, 6 out of 10. Perfectly functional, not particularly exciting. A bus is a bus. Now we're going to jump completely in the opposite direction and talk about the theming. And this is where All-Star Movies absolutely crushes it. This category alone is why so many families actually choose this resort. Because Disney Imagineers basically ask themselves, how tall should Woody be? And then proceeding to ignore every logical answer. So this resort is actually divided into 5 individual sections. We're talking Toy Story, Fantasia, 101 Dalmatians, The Mighty Ducks, and Herbie the Love Bug. And each area will feature enormous characters and larger-than-life statues. Because, guys, toddlers do not care about marble countertops. They care about a giant Woody statue. They care about a giant Buzz Lightyear statue. They just care about giant everything. And the Toy Story section in particular kind of feels like you're stepping into Andy's backyard. And for a 3-year-old, that is actually Deluxe Resort magic. So your Disney Dad rating for the theming, an outstanding 9.5 out of 10. Because let's be honest, this resort's theming is absolutely fantastic. And for those of you coming with toddlers, you will be hard-pressed to find a resort that's going to offer a more entertaining option for your littles. So now let's talk about the overall toddler score. Let's tally it up. So your toddlers basically care about characters, pools, snacks, transportation that doesn't take forever, and just seeing some pretty cool things. And All-Star Movies, honestly, delivers on almost all of those. The giant movie icons alone, those are basically attractions for toddlers. I mean, I've, honest to God, seen my toddlers get more excited about seeing the statues than about going into Epcot. And honestly, kinda get it. One is a pretty cool cowboy, the other, kinda educational. So your overall toddler score for Disney's All-Star Movies, a solid 9 out of 10. Because if your children are between the ages of 2 and 6, this resort was practically built for them. But now, let's talk about us, the parents. The exhausted Disney dads, the stroller pushers, the snack carriers, the designated family photographers, and most importantly, the people financing this entire operation. So the pros for the parents. This resort is affordable. It has a very strong Disney atmosphere, great pools, a solid food court, the typical Disney resort perks, and overall, just a really good value. But the rooms are still very small, you still only have bus-only transportation, and your dining options are very limited. And during busy seasons, this resort will feel crowded. So the biggest question you have to ask yourselves is simple. Would I rather save money and stay here, or spend more and upgrade to Pop Century? And for a lot of families, that answer depends entirely on how much you value the Skyliner. So the overall parent score for Disney's All-Star Movies, 7 out of 10. It's great value. It's not the most convenient resort, but it is one of the best budget choices on all of property. So now let's look at the final verdict. So we have the rooms at 7.5 out of 10, the food at 7 out of 10, the pools a solid 8 out of 10, transportation a measly 6 out of 10, and theming a very strong 9.5 out of 10. Throw in a toddler score of 9 out of 10 and a parent score of 7 out of 10, and that gives you a total final score of 7.7 out of 10. So now the real question, who should actually stay here? So you should book All-Star Movies if 1, you have toddlers, 2, you want maximum Disney theming, 3, you're trying to save some money, 4, you don't mind using buses, and 5, you plan on spending most of your time in the parks. So who should skip this resort? If you're hesitant and are looking at upgrading to Pop Century or Art of Animation, you should do so if, number 1, transportation is your top priority. Or number 2, you want larger rooms. And also, if you plan on spending more time at the resort and you absolutely love the Skyliner, upgrading should be very high on your priority list. So bottom line, dads, All-Star Movies, certainly not the fanciest resort on Disney property. It's not the most convenient, certainly not the most luxurious, but it does understand the assignment. It gives families an affordable place to stay, and it certainly feels unmistakably Disney. And in that front, it certainly succeeds. Because when your toddler is standing in front of that giant Woody statue and yelling, "Look, Daddy!" for the 47th, 48th time, nobody's going to care about the transportation rating. They're going to care about making Disney memories. And honestly, it's kind of the whole point. So if this review helped you plan your next Disney vacation, hit that like button and subscribe, and leave a comment down below. What is your favorite Disney value resort? And would you choose All-Star Movies over Pop Century? Take care, everyone. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.